Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily Hanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. And we are working on a series here of a little swatch party. I am swatching through my entire single eyeshadow collection. And I am going through color story by color story or color palette by color palette. So as I'm filming, I'm going as long as I can until my arm is like stained. I just did the turquoise palette. That video is already live if you're seeing this video. And now we're gonna go into my blue palette. Now, I'm not using the same intro in every video, although I probably should to make my life easier, but I'm saying the same thing is in that I'm gonna go in order from like smallest palette to largest palette, leaving my biggest, most beautiful yellow and green palette for last. Basically, we're just going through swatching everything. Swatches are basically staying at this distance away, so just know that like there's not gonna be close-ups in this video. I apologize and I hope that's not like useless for you all. If I could figure out an easier way to do that, I would, but right now with swatching so many shadows, I really can't. I don't have any primer on or anything. My arm is probably still a little glittery and I see it's slightly tinted turquoise from my last batch of swatches. But basically how this goes is that I go through and tell you the brand and the color, and typically I'm fitting 2 rows on at a time and then on to the next 2 rows. We're just playing with our shadows, that's all. So very first color up is not quite really blue. This is Blow from JD Glow, which is just like a white glitter shadow. This next color is Walk of Shame from Luxie Beauty. Although it's totally possible that some of my Luxie Beauty shadows are not true to what you would see online, because at one point in time, I had a great big palette drop and I had to repress some. And I think there was some of these shimmery light colors that I ended up kind of just blending a couple of them together. This next one up is actually the Depotted KVD Vegan Beauty Alchemist. I had this in my collection for a very long time, and I just recently moved them over to the eyeshadow palette. This is another example of one of those Luxie shadows that's probably more of a Franken shadow. The pan says Trippin is the color. We're not even sure. That's, as you can see, more pink than blue. This for sure is Luxie Cookie Dough, which is my like top favorite color from them. Now this is also Luxie, and this is a color called Starboy. Last in this row is Clionadh Cosmetics Aqua Vitae. This shadow is JD Glow, one of those repressed ones. This is Anomaly. We're jumping right into High Impact. This is Calyx from Clionadh Cosmetics. This is one of my JD Glow shadows that I repressed, and I'm gonna have the name on the screen because I don't 100% remember it. This is Swatch from Divina Cosmetics. This is Everlasting Gobstoppers, also from Divina Cosmetics. And this is Nerds, also from Divina Cosmetics. These 3 shades are from the Candy Exploders line, and they are truly some of my top favorite shadows in my collection. They are like pastel duo to multichromes. And then this is Arctic Fox from Clionadh Cosmetics. And I know that the armpit is, or the elbow is not the best spot for this, but that is the first 2 rows from my blue eyeshadow palette. Glittered but cleaned arm is back in frame. So the first color in the 3rd row is Elven Blue from Coastal Scents. I then have a smaller pan of a Juvia's Place Blue from one of their probably early palettes. This is Ascension from Lethal Cosmetics. This is JB from Sydney Grace. Holy hell, that is pretty. This is Deep Water, also from Sydney Grace. This is Nightfall, also from Sydney Grace. Wow, that's beautiful. This is Neo Blue from Colored Rain. This is from their Vivid Pigments collection. And the 4th row is starting with Drip Drop, also from the Colored Rain Vivid Pigments collection. As you can see, they are vibrant as hell. This is Sail Away from Coastal Scents. After Sail Away, I found 2 other rogue shadows, so we'll do that at the end. This is Oasis from Sydney Grace. This is the Menagerie Cosmetics Blue that, similar to what I did in the turquoise video, I'll have the name on the screen because it is not labeled, but it's from either Dragon Child or Feral. This is a Lethal Cosmetics color in Remedy. Oh no, I had some dark shadow on my finger. Just ignore that bit. That's not supposed to be there. I'm going to do the last 4 slightly in a different order. So next up we have Perfect Storm from Sydney Grace. It's like seriously one of my favorite shadows in my collection. This is Capri Blue from Coastal Scents. Now these last 2 shades are, from my memory, basically dupes. We have Piece of Cake from ColourPop here, and Jet Set from Colored Rain Vivid Pigments here. We're gonna keep going even though I know it's kind of awkward down here. So this is Piece of Cake. We'll layer that up a little bit so you can really see it. It's an okay shadow, but at least in swatch form, not that impressive. And then Jet Set. So that is the last 2 rows of my blue palette swatched out. I did this at the end of the turquoise video, and I have the same disclaimer in that I talk about my single shadows a lot and what formulas that I love. In terms of the blue palette, top favorites are absolutely the Candy Exploders from Divina. So good. I love my JD Glow Galaxy and Glittery one. I love Luxie Cookie Dough, and in terms of mattes, the Sydney Grace formula for blues in particular is perfect. Colored Rain, if you're looking for like major pigment, especially in the land of blues, I think they're fantastic. And they are back as a whole palette. The Vivid Pigments was a singles bundle that they released first, and now it's an actual palette and it is back in stock. So anyway, those are some of my favorites. If you are excited to see the other single eyeshadows of my collection being swatched, I would love for you to subscribe and follow along with my colorful shenanigans. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Nomnivorous, and like a lot of us, I'm online a lot these days, so I would love to hang out with you and chat over there. If you have any questions about anything you saw in this video, feel free to leave a comment. I'm happy to help clarify, or you know, whatever you need, leave it in the comments. Otherwise, thank you for spending a bit of your day with me. I hope to see you again real soon. Bye, friends.